Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your host Steve and Colin. We're coming to you live from the houses of our occupations, main
Yes.
occupations.
Oh, mine. My occupation's in my house.
My occupation isn't in the house; it's in an office.
Sometimes it's in the house.
Sometimes, more often than not, it's in the office.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, happy Easter! We're recording this on Easter. We should have said it last
Yeah.
episode, but it's out now.
We have an we have an episode that's coming out today on
Yeah,
Easter,
on Easter, which we never said happy
which
Easter.
I set loose upon the world uh like 2 hours ago now.
Oh God, how could you?
And it's been downloaded 3 times in that 2 hours.
Oh, I set the video to go live at 9,
Nice.
and it's now 9:15.
So it is live.
So it is there,
It's all happening now.
and it hasn't been looked at yet.
Not yet. Soon.
I mean, it's
Soon.
not that surprising, really. I mean, it's only been online for 15 minutes. But,
I'll apologize now. I'm very, very full of the yawns. Ugh.
full of the yawns.
Been a very busy weekend, so slowly having my energy sapped away from me.
That's all right. It's a bank holiday weekend.
It is. I have tomorrow off.
You have tomorrow off, so you can sleep in tomorrow.
Nope.
What do you mean no?
Because the children are also off.
Send them to school.
Yeah.
I mean, school's not shut for another week, so. Well,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, one of them is not old enough to go to school yet. He might be a little bit confused by that.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
But we'll see. We'll see. Ugh.
No, they're not. Yeah, we're here to talk about Trigun, really. As
Yes.
as
We're on episode 6.
hmm.
Our last episode, Child Blessing, which was all about a young child named Rolo who turned into a monster in the clutches of some sort of religious organization.
Cultist.
Yeah, a cult. I don't think they've named them yet. I think that's in this episode, actually, where we find the name of the cult.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
I missed it.
It's in a bit, but yeah, basically the last episode, of course, is that Wolfwood executed that kid, and Vash was pretty upset about it, and then the episode ended.
Yep, pretty much. And you find out that Wilfred is called Punisher by the cultists.
Yeah, that's right. This episode starts off with him going very much Punisher, as he's chasing one of those cultists through the desert.
Yeah, looks like a submarine guy. Got like a
Yeah,
diving bell on his head.
yeah, I should say this episode is called Once Upon a Time in Hopeland. It's episode 6.
That's number 6.
Yeah, chasing some dude, and he's like, "No, please, let me live." And he does kind of for a little bit, but then the guy just opens fire onto him while he's standing on a sand dune and gets hit by maybe 10 bullets.
Something like that, yeah. So he hits Wilfred with 10 bullets. And goes,
Yeah.
I got the executioner. The executioner got executed or something. Some
And he's
play
like,
on
"I'm
word.
gonna have one of those handy dandy vials of blue shit that I drank in the last one. And I'm gonna be right as rain."
Yeah. And then this causes the guy to go, you're a monster. As he gets gunned down.
Yep. And his eyes do glow red.
Oh yeah, at that point, yeah.
Oh yeah, like proper monstrous red. And yeah, he guns the guy down. And then I think we're to credits at that point. to the intro.
Oh, he just starts walking, and then goes to
Yeah,
credit,
yeah.
and then we join Meryl, Roberto, Vash, and Wolfwood in the car, and
Yep,
they're Vash and Wilbur are sulking in the back like two kids, not speaking to each other, looking out the opposite windows.
yep.
And
I do
Meryl,
like Meryl's line here.
was it something like, who stole whose lunch money or something?
Yeah, who stole his lunch money? No response. Nobody liked that. Vash and Wolfwood will remember you said that because they
I
did not like it.
I still don't understand how. I was just thinking about that comment, and it's like, how is that a relevant comment?
It's just some like past remarkable thing about them having fallen out and trying to get to the bottom of who it was that caused the problem. And you're like, hey, remember when Wolfwood shot that kid in the head that Vash knew? I think that's what he's upset about.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
you know,
maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
it's just like maybe dig deeper, investigative reporter Merrill, and think about why they might not be speaking to each other.
I think it was more to lighten the mood.
It was, but it was a poor attempt.
That's like one of my attempts to lighten the mood. Who lost their leg today? Um, to the man who lost the leg.
Yes. But Roberto kind of sort of changes the topic to their mode of transportation because of course to get to July what they want to do is they want to get on one of these, it's like a big steamer ship type thing.
Sand steamer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool and it's powered by a very powerful plant according to the Tannoy system
Yeah,
at the time when they board.
yeah.
However, what Roberto has not made explicitly clear at the start of that is that, hey, by the way, we're not coming. We're going to drop you off.
No, he did. He did. It's like
No,
okay.
he started off and Meryl was like, yeah, okay, but how are we going to get the car on? He's like, we're not going.
Yeah, that's true.
She's
This,
like, what?
yeah, this is for gunslingers. We're not
Yep.
going. We got enough. We got enough info to write 10 articles on Vash.
Yeah.
Uh, so anyway, they get dropped off, and they're walking, and Wolfer's like, "Oh, I thought you three were inseparable." And Vash is like, "Nah, not really." And it says, "Man, that's cool."
Uh, uh, and yeah, they just kind of leave them to it. And Roberto and Meryl pulls out the Vash and baby photo that was found in one of the in that previous episode, and it's like, we need to we know what's going on. And he's like, I am not risking my life for a fluff piece.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
yeah.
She's like, yes, I do understand. So what you're saying is, as long as we don't risk our lives, we can go.
Pretty much is her argument, and he's like,
Yep.
"Oh, you're insufferable."
It's almost a I hate your face.
Yeah,
Why are you making me do this?
yeah.
He's
Uh,
not best pleased, but he does
no,
agree. So
yeah. So Vash and Wolf are board the steamer, and you hear the
yep.
last calls, and then you see a mysterious man with a symbol.
Yes. A symbol we've seen before.
Mm.
Maybe a symbol that was on that guy that got gunned down in the very near past.
And the cultist,
For
yeah,
us, anyway.
and potentially, it was in the last episode too, on the big billboard signs and stuff
Oh yeah,
in
we
the
we have.
temple.
It'll likely have been plastered in a number of places, and in particular, in some of the characters we're about to see, it is likely that they had that on them at some point as well. So
Yeah. So I mean, they go. This guy has two suitcases. It goes on, and then boards and like all aboard, and then they give you the spiel about how it's great and it's the most secure sand steamer there is. And you see all these army men with guns running around it, and Vash and Wolf are essentially just on the deck watching it sail out.
I can't remember what it is they're talking about.
Oh, basically, why Vash is still so midi. And he's always got the moral
Yeah,
high ground, and he's like, "You can't be protecting everyone." And Vash is like, "Don't you just want to? Don't you have someone you want to protect?" Type
yeah.
thing. And then he kind of goes, "Pshaw! What are you on about? Not me, honest."
How dare
Uh,
you? How dare you say that about me?
and then basically, there's a rag flies through the air, and Wilfred just catches the man that we were talking about with the
Yeah.
suitcases, which he opens up and produces two cross like guns.
Yep.
Because,
Two smaller than Wolfwood's cross guns.
yeah, smaller than his cannon. And just kind of like, he goes, "Get down!" And
No, he says something like "Get the hell down!
get the hell down.
Get the hell
Yeah,
down!"
yeah. And he gets the guns
Or "Get the
down,
hell away!" Something like that. Yeah.
so tells Ash to go, and they disappear. And then the rag disappears and full of holes because he got shot through it. And then Vash kind of goes at the gunman.
Yep.
Uh,
Some pretty cool hand to hand combat in this
yeah,
section. As per usual, the medium they're using, I think, is working in their favor for like the fight sequences because it looks good. Like I don't know if that makes it easier or not, but it feels very effortless in terms of their ability to put together a nice fluid fight scene.
uh, yeah. I would say it probably is. Just going by reading 3D models and stuff. It's
Yeah, I
quite.
suppose like it's easier to work to know the space you're working with rather than trying to place 3D models in a 2D scene or anything like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it feels really good, and the camera work is very good as well. So yeah, like again, as always, it's pretty awesome. But of course, we find out that the glimpse of that person that Wolfwood caught in his corner of his eye and has now tried to gun down Vash is someone he knows.
Yeah, it is. And I think Vash knocks him down.
Yeah, he does like a hydraulic punch or like a pneumatic punch with his lost tech arm.
Yeah. And then Wilfred's like, "Oh, I know that." And then I think he had a flashback to the orphanage
Th-
where he grew up in.
th- There's a the Hopeland orphanage. Um,
Mhm.
I like there are probably we could probably talk quite a lot about the flashback sequence, but I think like the important things and to note here is one, it looks and appears that it's done with traditional animation,
Mhm.
which I think is really cool.
Uh-huh.
So it's proper like 2D. It looks 2D and hand drawn.
Yeah.
Um, there's no speech. It's all done with cue cards, like a silent movie, which I think is super awesome.
Yeah, because, back then no one spoke. It was all key cards. Like
Yeah,
in the early 1910s,
yeah. Before there were talkies.
where the
Uh,
talkies appeared, 'cause no one talked. They just all had key cards that went around. That's how
but
people
the
communicated.
also the music is fantastic in the whole segment. It's just really great. Uh, it's fantastic. I think I've said this before, but the soundtrack's available on like Spotify and YouTube Music and pretty much everywhere to stream. It's absolutely 100% recommendable as a listen. Uh, Particularly just the track "Millions Knives" is also fantastic. Um, but yeah, this is the story of how the two meet, and Wolfwood is sort of, from what we can see, maybe already a bit of an outcast at the orphanage. Uh,
Mhm.
Maybe respected enough, but not really friends with anyone. And the other the new child's name, Livio.
Mhm.
Uh, this is about him coming to the orphanage and becoming friends with Wolfwood.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So he's coming in, comes to the orphanage. Wilfred kind of glances him at that point. And then takes the first night I don't know, because it goes to like the night scene where they're all in the bed in the dorm, and Livio's just crying away,
Yeah.
and then Eels gets up to go outside. Then Wolf comes along and goes outside, and they have like this sweet conversation.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Wolfwood decides to walk off the edge of the cliff. He
Or
just
so you think.
he just literally goes, "All
When
right."
he does legitimately walk off a cliff. Yeah, you're right.
He's like, "All right, that's cool, whatever. Bye." And then he walks off the edge of this cliff, and Livio's what? Runs over to
He's
him.
he's just hanging Tom Cruise style upside down from the side of the cliff.
Feet jammed in this wee alcove.
Yeah.
And then gets up.
Uh, but that's that. Yeah, the flashback is sort of a telling of the building of their friendship, and there's like a scene of Livio asleep next to Wolfwood, and like the kind of trusting, kind of brotherly relationship that they obviously build with
Yeah,
each other over time.
yeah. The
It's really
smoke
cool.
and the smoke some
Oh yeah,
random
they smoke a bug leg.
a bug leg or something. Yeah, which produces purple smoke.
Yeah. And then the woman comes. Oh, is that? Yeah. What the hell are you kids doing here, or something like that? Is that this bit? Or is that
Yeah,
later? I
well,
think that might be this bit.
that's this bit, and they run away. There's a bit
Yeah.
where they're feeding the wee birds.
Yeah, like baby birds. Yeah.
Yeah, but that bit's kind of ruined me now. I just think of Ghost Hunter at that point.
Oh yeah.
The rabbit.
Ghost stories.
Ghost stories. That was it. Yeah, ghost
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen the rabbits.
Pet my fur harder.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's never good.
It's not because
Um.
you're a rabbit.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
it's
quote
not a
that.
good dub. It's not a good quote. Um. But yeah, this is, I think this part of the flashback ends and they kind of come back to him still being unconscious on the ground,
uh,
because there's a split in between the flashback. I think that it's because there's a scene where it goes to like Meryl and Roberto.
yeah, because they're now chasing him. But I also think it splits. It ends just because he gets taken away.
No,
He's the
that's the start of the that's the start of the second flashback.
all right. Then it goes back. Yeah, Meryl and Roberto, and
She's driving like a loon.
yeah, and Roberto's reminding her like, you're going to get fired for shit like this, and you're going to be paying for the damages. And she's like, yes, sir, yes, sir. This is a recurrent mission as well. Yes, sir. Are you even listening to me?
Oh my god. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Oh, that is bold. She is not paying a fucking moment of attention to what Roberto is saying.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, all right. And then they get surrounded by some neon light biker gang. Not a biker gang,
The
because
bad lads gang.
yeah, you don't know that yet.
No, but you can see that they have their initials on their signs.
BL, yeah.
Yeah.
And Roberto's like, oh, what am I getting myself into now?
I just wanted to leave. And
Yeah,
yet, here we are in the middle of the desert being attacked by a gang.
yeah.
Amazing.
Chasing down this sand steamer.
Oh, fuck you, Meryl.
Yeah. They're all in like boats and well, the gang. They're like in
Yeah.
weird surfing sand boats with
Like
fins.
it's like the sand skiffs from Gears of War 5.
Yeah, and like the ones out of Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this bit there where they got airbenders uh, doing it. Which is actually a weird thing now that I think about it. Because he
Uh-huh.
was maybe the last airbender, right?
Uh-huh.
But weren't the people driving those things airbenders? Or were these earthbenders?
He was just the last of them.
Yeah, but like they meet people like, running along with the sand skiffs.
Yeah, but he's the last one. He's the youngest one.
No, no, he's maybe like like he's like the
The
last
very
last one.
last.
Like
Yeah, I guess.
no more.
I don't really watch enough of it to know.
I need to go back and maybe
He's the last by time.
lost in time for 100
Not
years.
he's not the only airbender. This is
Yeah,
the last one.
no, he's the
No,
only.
like but I'm saying that's how you could read it if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, he's maybe the only one though.
They should have changed the name.
The only airbender. It's not quite the same kick, man.
It's not quite as good.
Yeah. Uh. Anyway, so that happens, and it goes back to the flashback scene, and
Yes, and this is the bit where we see the cult
Mhm.
uh turning up to it. It's really weird because they all like clap
Yeah, they're like,
and
"Hey,
it's
you're a blessed child. Hey, happy. It's a privilege to be picked."
yeah, it's so like as far as what I can see, or from what I remember, uh, I think I can't remember which part of it is this bit. But the cult is called the Eye of Michael.
All right, Naya Michael. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, and it's it's such an honor for you to
yeah,
join the Eye of Michael. This is all good, and
yeah,
he's like, okay, I guess, and he's taken away by
hmm
these cultists. And as he looks back, you can see all these kids just waving and cheering, like they're all
yeah.
happy. You can't see Livio from what I could see,
No,
uh, but you can see the teacher woman or the whoever works in the orphanage,
yeah,
and she looks very upset
yeah.
because you can see that she knows what's about to happen.
Yeah, she knows, and yeah. Uh, so so then it kind of breaks to a cut car saying test subject something something S plus.
Yep. And then psychedelic colors,
Yeah,
lots of colors, and very cool drawings actually.
yeah.
Uh,
It's like a the scene from like Dumbo when he got drunk.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's all dancing
It
lights and shit.
it reminded me of stuff like from Paprika.
hmm Yeah, I suppose that's how I only ever really watched that once. But yeah,
Yeah, and like early '90s anime because it was sort of very definitive line drawing, but with all these like psychedelic colors and with a flat color background. It's just cool.
yeah,
And of course the test subject, as you say, has been ranked S plus, and he is being loaded up with a lot of drugs that are going to strengthen his body.
yeah. At least he didn't have that curious mutation that the other kid had. Anyway,
Yeah,
but he has grown. So it's Wilfred in the is in on the bed in the cross bed, and
yeah, because that's the downside to it is it's going to prematurely age him.
yeah, he's now grown within a week about to the adult size.
I don't think it's as fast as a week. I think it's over a longer period of time than that. But yeah, like the chemicals, you can see like on the cross that he's on, there's loads of blood. Like he's grown out of his old body.
Yeah.
It's
Ah,
rough.
yeah. So they he goes to a cell, and then there's about there's a guy. There's bells starting ringing, and someone's breaking out the cell, and it's Wilfred breaking out the cell. He's uncovered, like he's got like a bunch of the vials hidden away in
His stash.
his stash, hidden under uh a floor tile. Makes a run
Yeah.
for it. Gets gunned down,
Doesn't
and
stop him though.
he takes a while and get back up. And the doctor's up there saying, "Oh, he's a test subject. Don't gun him down." And then I think he gets up, and then he's like, "I'm going home," and jumps to the
See,
window.
So this bit again, we talk about moments where I've audibly gasped watching a thing.
Uh
This is one of them.
huh.
It's like, oh, oh, oh God.
Yeah. So he jumps through the window, and then you hear kind of saxophone music in the background,
Yep.
and then he.
You see his hand reaching out, and it just starts to tremble, and then
Yeah.
his fingers just fold right back, and
Back
his
on it.
hand twists and contorts,
Mm-hmm.
and then it cuts to like further back,
Mm-hmm.
and it just shows you this shadowed view of a body being twisted and contorted into like a lump. It
Yeah.
is some fucking Suspiria level shit.
Yeah, gets taken out there.
It's very cool. It's very cool. Like it reminded me a lot of Elfen Lied as well. Uh for obvious reasons. Um
Yeah.
yeah.
So saxophone music is important to know.
Oh yes.
I think because I think there was a character that has saxophone music that can control you.
Well, we're about to see him again almost immediately.
No, no, it's a different guy. This
Oh
guy,
really?
yeah, this guy. This was that the guy we see is the one that can just basically control you by your mind.
I just assumed that the guy you see, because in the next scene we see that Wolfwood has been put back into a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Um and now uh another guy has appeared, and he's like, "Hey, so you should join us. You know, be
Yeah,
one of the gang. Be," and I think he says, he goes, "Be our Punisher. Be the one to remove the people we want to remove, and kill those who need to be punished."
mm-hmm.
Um, and he's like, "Nah, you good."
Yeah.
Uh,
He's
and then he
also
gets like psycho bashed.
yeah, but he also comments that he still has his free will, which is
Yes, he
unusual.
does. He says, which is surprising.
Yeah. And the guy goes, I don't really understand about feelings and love and all that. It doesn't. I don't understand that. Fish, what you on about?
Yeah,
And the guy's like, no, I ain't doing that. And like, say, he gets bounced around the walls. Well, and then
he gets
Livio,
like crushed down.
yeah,
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, he's like, nah, I still don't want to do it." And he's like, "Well, maybe this small child will change your mind."
yeah, he thinks he is a brother.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, he offered himself as a willing participant if you weren't going to work out."
Yeah,
I was like,
and
"Oh, what a dick."
yeah, so you see, Livio has. I think he's got a blue left eye. I think.
Oh, well, I suppose we should probably say like Livio as a character is the guy. He has like uh, a T800 smash in his face, but instead of it being underneath his skin, it's like a metal plate that sits in front. So it like
Yeah,
has teeth. It's like a section of his face that is made up to look like a metal skull, and one of the eyes is and that eye is blue in
yeah,
there.
yeah. The
And
eyes are blue.
obviously, yeah, it seems that what has happened is that Wolfwood has agreed at this point. Of course, I'll do whatever you want, but obviously leave him out of it. And then they went, okay, as long as you know, stay
Yeah,
with us and do what we want.
yeah,
And then presumably at some point he did not.
yeah. But he has a blue eye in the cutscene when they bring him in.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, but the character itself, like, that's like the character look later on is that, yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably why they've done it like that.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like they say, is that he agrees, of course, to just don't hurt him. I'll be that guy for you.
mm-hmm.
And then yeah, when his free will took over and he left, or he got the mustered the strength to leave for whatever circumstance,
Mm.
it seems like they must have
brought him in.
Done some shit.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's basically the thing. I can't remember what it's here. They say they were looking to bring him into the Brotherhood or something, and they worship an angel.
Yes, because they're talking about the organization of knives, the Eye of Michael. You
Yeah.
know, we're here to worship him
Yeah, but I
as our
thought
god, and he's like, no, I don't really believe in gods.
it's all right. It's an angel. Um,
Yeah.
but he's like, and do you don't worship gods? That's fine. How about punishment? Do you work with punishment?
Yes.
Um,
Is it because you could do that?
but like, no, I think it was a separate organization within the cultists. I think they call themselves something else,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the elite few. And the doctor kind of saves them actually because he doesn't agree to it. Actually, the doctor says, "Stop messing around with my test subject." Sorry, I overstepped. Uh, Priest Michael.
He really doesn't apologize. He's like, "Oh, sorry, guy. Oh, man. Yeah, that was bad of me." You're like, "Yeah, that's really hollow."
Oh yeah, he's 100% hollow. Um,
No apology in that at all.
yeah. So yeah, so it goes back to the fight.
This is because the other thing is that you know, Wolfwood has been shouting at Livio. He's like, Vash is not the one who hurt you. You don't need to go after him. And he's also just randomly shooting at guards on the ship, which they're trying to, of course, stop.
He's not
Uh,
randomly shooting at him. They're shooting at him.
but what I mean is that
They they
he is
also
also
shoot at
taking
Vash.
pot shots at those. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
Vash.
But Vash takes it upon himself to try and do a bit of a takedown. So he just pulls his arm up and runs directly at him
I
and
mean,
tackles him to the ground.
that's after a bit of running around the ship. So they were
Oh
on
yeah,
a deck. I think Wilfred basically tells him to actually go and hide. So he runs away. And Livio starts chasing him. And then the guards kind of pick up. Oh, look, Vash, he's one of the gunmen. Stop or we'll shoot. And he's like, no, don't do that. And then he jumps down the deck. And Livio's just coming along. He gets. You can see Livio kind of get mauled by a bunch of bullets from the guards.
yep,
Uh, and then he just kind of takes it and stands up, and then just like heals instantly. And he's like, "What?" And
yeah.
Wolf was like,
Wolfwood says, "Oh, he did that without a serum or whatever."
"Yeah, without the meds." And then Vash then says, "Right, you know this guy. You got to do something about him." And it's like, "No, he's too far gone. Can't do anything." Type thing. And then, oh well, I'm going to do it. So he runs in,
Yeah,
takes him down on the
it's a
ground.
very it's a very cool bit where he takes him down because he like literally like pins him right to the ground, pulls his gun out, and just slams his forearm down across his throat.
Yeah, I thought he pistol whipped him with the heel of the butt of the gun first.
Oh, did he? I didn't notice that. I just noticed the bit where he slams it down on him. But yeah, you
Yeah,
could be right.
I think he did it on the way down because he brings his gun out. There's no point in bringing the gun out if you're doing that. If you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What is it he says? He says something. He says like, "I need to catch up."
yeah, and then that takes kind of Vash back, and then the guards are being stupid and says, "Right, put your hands up," and he's like, "No, no, let's not do that."
Yeah,
And then
Wolfwood tells them to bugger off. He shoots that makes them dance. Gives them
yeah,
a wee bit of shooting across the feet.
yeah, uh, and then blue-haired man with the spiky shoulder pad comes along in a car, and Xavier the Beast is in a car driving next to the steamer
Yep.
and says, "Oh yeah, Wolfen's in a bit of a predicament because he's kind of defending both
He'll have to make a
Vash."
choice.
Yeah, he has to make a choice.
He'll have to choose who he saves. They're watching it from. I think Zazie has one of those bugs that's like providing CCTV of the fight sequence.
I mean, I think she sees it, and I think the blue hair guy just sees it because he can read minds.
Oh, okay.
He's
I mean
he was
that's
quite
fair.
he was like nice left hand man in the original.
Hmm.
He was like the most powerful one of the
Yes.
disciples. So anyway, and then he kind of just like, oh well, time to kind of end this. Don't have the time. I don't understand emotions. I don't get them at all. Kind of thing he says again. He has to repeat this multiple
He does.
times.
He has to tell you very much how he does not care for emotions.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the of course when the guards told everyone to like disperse, and Wolfwood's like, no, bugger off, stay out the way. And it distracts Vash to go, hey, be careful. And as he says that, he gets punched clean off of Livio,
Hmm.
and Livio just pulls out both weapons and opens fire at Vash.
Yeah.
Uh, and you're like, oh, that's not good. Uh, but there's Wolfwood has stood in the way with the cross,
Yeah.
protecting him from the bullets.
See these like weapons and stuff, right? See
Yeah,
the arm, right? The
yeah,
arm isn't any bigger than say this arm on
uh huh.
the camera, like an arm. Yet he managed to protect himself from all the bullets with the one arm, holding it
So
straight like that.
I think a bit of artistic license, but also like I kind of get the impression that it's making more movement than you expect on a side to side, because we always see it. You don't see it front on. You
Mhm.
always see it like side on, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't see it moving as much.
All right. And then Wilfred's got this big cross that he isn't moving from side to side.
No, he's just hiding behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it is wide enough for him to hide behind it, but and Vash is kind of on the deck.
I mean, these guns are pretty scatter. Like they're not very accurate. It's just they just fire out lots of bullets.
I don't know, man. Anyway,
But he shouts at him. He shouts at him, and he calls him Needle Noggin, which I thought was
uh,
very funny.
Vash has to hide, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of picks up his cross and just slams it into the side of Livio. He sends him flying
Yep.
like a baseball bat. Uh, and then the blue hair guy kind of crushed the drive shaft within the in the thing.
Psychically, just holds up his hand and just goes,
Yeah, enough of this. And then kind of drives the car in front
"Yep."
of it. And don't really see what he does after that.
No, we just know that they're there, and that what he's done has caused the big sand steamer to be on a collision course, ironically, with the orphanage.
Yeah, Hopeland, Hopeland Orphanage. And then the Badland gang
Yep.
appears and harpoon the the steam and start climbing up the back of it. I think must be the
Yep.
back of it.
Yep.
Where Vash and Wilfred are, and then
Yep.
he's getting up, recovering from the big bash into the wall, and Wilfred's like, "Ah, great, Badland guys,
Yep.
the Badland gang, even
Bad lads.
Badland gang, yeah."
The bad lad gang, yeah.
Uh, I think that's it.
That is the it's a cliffhanger episode.
That's a two-parter, just like in the original.
Um,
Because
uh, I
they
I
had
quite
this,
enjoyed this one.
yeah, they had the sand steamer in the original, but it was going through a gorge,
Yeah.
so the Badland guys just kind of mounted it from jumping off the gorge onto it. Uh,
Yeah.
Wondering if they got the captain of the Badland guys still had his wicked hat, his neon hat.
Neon hat.
Yeah, he had like a weird neon, kind of like pointy Dick Turpin's hat.
Oh yeah. His name was Brilliant Dynamites.
Brilliant dynamite, man.
I think Brilliant Dynamites Neon. What a name.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome.
Um, yeah,
And
this was
he,
a good one.
yeah, he was a good guy. And then he's a good bandit guy because he was honorable.
An honorable thief
Yeah, he helped save
and gang member,
everyone on the
the
sand cruiser.
steamer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the original. We'll see what goes on this one.
yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah,
So
it was good.
what do you rate this one?
This one. Oh, we got the backstory of Wilfred.
Yep,
Um, got to see him feeding some birds.
yep.
Some action.
Saw
Uh,
him turned into a human basketball.
yeah. You saw some more of Nice's right hand man,
Yep,
the psychic dude in particular. Oh,
yep.
was he called Legato or something?
Uh, Legato Blue Summers.
Legato Blue Summers. That's right, because the priest slash doctor comes in and goes, Summers, no, and
Yep.
I was thinking, wait, what? Summers,
Scott Summers.
Scott
Scott Summers from
Summers,
X-Men.
yeah, or his brother.
Morph.
No,
No. Who was his brother?
God,
Uh
had
Shit.
had power to shoot things out of his arms. I think.
God damn it. No, can't remember.
He was the X Men's Generations, I believe. He thought he died, but didn't, and then worked with Magneto.
Uh, Alex.
Alex, yeah, his older brother. Um, yeah, no, it's good. Maybe an 8. This one.
I was close to I'm almost a 9
Yeah.
because I like I thought the 2D animation stuff, like the flashback stuff, was a really nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
The action was really, really good. Um, a little disjointed part, like the start of it, and the Roberto and Meryl stuff seems a little off to the side and not, you know, hasn't linked up yet, but it will. Like, yeah,
It'll come back, man. They did
yeah,
that bit for in the original too, where
yeah,
he was on his own with Wilfred, I
but
think.
yeah. I'd say an 8 is fair. I think I think it's better than the last one, which was also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think we're really really picking up again, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Oh well,
Very very much enjoyed it.
they're certainly going filling out and giving you the other characters in the show that need to be. I mean, the Summers, the Gatel Summers. I think he only appeared in like the last 2 episodes in the original, and he's like haunted. Is like a bit where Vash sits down at a fountain, and he's sitting in the opposite of the fountain and goes. So this Ted speaks into Vash's mind, and Vash is like, "No, not you, no." Or he appeared 3 times. I think it was another one where he was like, "Yeah, we've got to settle this, Vash. We've got to do this now." And he goes to town and kind of turns everyone or kills everyone in town by just a thought. That's how powerful the guy is.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm hoping because like we did that third episode with knives in it was ridiculous in terms of like just showing off power. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping like we're gonna get something else a little bit like that with the we're gonna get that with Vash obviously at some point.
yeah. I mean,
Even
like,
you getting glimpses of that already, of course, like but restrained.
yeah. Of course, Vash did have the point where in the original. So he got his name because he blew up a town
Yep,
with his big gun, and he only fired at it directly into the air rather than at the people. Because
yep.
Knight's like, "Oh, look, you can do this, by the way, Vash." Click. It's like, "Oh no, my arm!"
Oh, My arm gun.
Yeah, and he blows up. And
In
then
this one, I guess that's more interesting is that because it's not that he did something by accident that hurt people, it's that he's just being blamed for what his brother does.
yeah, the start of this one actually talks about that they don't know who's been stealing plants, but they
Yeah.
steal all plants, red ones
Yep.
and regular ones.
Yep.
That was under the radio at the
Because they
start.
belong to him. They're his.
Yeah, that's what he believes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, but Vash has lost an arm at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, is it that? Did he have a real arm? In no, because he had like a fake arm, which
He had a
kind of
fake
peeled
arm. You
down.
just didn't know. He wore gloves and a long, and it was obscured
Yeah, he
because
peeled.
I feel like that was more of a reveal in the
Yeah,
first show, whereas obviously in this one it's part of the character design.
yeah. So there's one where he kind of lost his gun, I think, and then his his wrist, his forearm, kind of like drops down, and then his rest of his arm is like a cannon on its own.
Yeah,
Just fires like a big bullet. Uh,
yeah. I think in the original, like, although do you see it? It's wrapped. It's wrapped
yeah,
up. It doesn't look like a robot arm.
yeah. Is it his other arm?
It
No,
does.
was it his?
No, it's his left arm.
It is his left arm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so his right arm I think also breaks down and had like a gun in it. If I remember right, because he fooled someone because aha, you don't have a gun. Oh yeah, I do.
Turns out I'm all gun.
He is all gun. I think he's got one in his foot too. No wait, no that's
All gun all the time.
no that's only blood will tell. Oh, only blood will tell. Was that the game? Blood
Do
will
not know.
tell. Game where
What
the
will
kid
tell?
the kid got
Oh wait, the dude with knife arms
dude with knife arms and guns and shit in his arms because he's
because he
been
had to get
mutated.
all of his stuff back.
Yeah, and he's got to go around killing demons.
The one where he goes, uh,
Voice
because
voice acting for games were top notch back in the early 2000s.
he got his voice back.
That's voice back. Yeah, and he gets his eyes. He's so basically it's that game's set in feudal Japan, I think, and
Yes.
his father sacrificed all his body parts for more power to all the demons, essentially, and then
Yes.
threw the baby away, and then some other guy picked him up and went, you know what? I can make artificial limbs for everything, so you can survive.
Very complicated ones.
Yeah, like has guns and blades in it. You can't see, but I can
Good
make your
shit.
eyes and stuff like that.
Isn't.
Yeah,
Well, I'm looking forward to where this is going now. The next episode is episode 7. Is called Wolfwood. So yeah,
Wolfwood.
that'll be pretty good.
What's he going to do?
Um, what's he gonna do? But yeah, you've done it. We've done it again. You've
Mhm.
finished an episode of who's that anime? Where's that anime? Good lord,
Where
who's
is
that
the
anime?
anime?
And
Where's
who's that anime is an anime podcast that you can find where at anchor.fm/. Who's that anime, where all good podcasts can be found, mainly our podcast. You can look for it on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, pretty much anywhere, to be honest.
Mhm.
We also have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/who's that anime, where we post the latest releases and just the occasional anime meme and bits and bobs like that. We have a Discord. The link for that is in the show notes. Colin also painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. The latest release are up. We're back to full strength with week in week. We're on now. No gap.
No gap. Yeah, yeah.
So
Been like that for
yeah, for a while, for this whole series.
Yeah,
So
for the whole solo Trigun, yep. Because we had that
yep.
we downtime earlier in the year.
Yeah, we're all caught up now. So yeah, the next episode will be released on YouTube at the same time it is released in podcast form, and you can find the YouTube channel by going to youtube.com and searching for @Who's That Anime, which I believe that tag works just fine. Otherwise, just search for Who's That Anime and look for channels, and we are there. Colin and I also like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. And you can find both of the archives of those channels on YouTube as well by going to youtube.com and searching for Couchfuel or Hail Payman. The channels are both there.
Yep.
And that, I believe, is us.
Yeah, pretty much. That's us done for another week.
We'll be back
Yeah. A week of
soon.
holidays.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to stretch this on a bit longer, but I have
Oh
nothing to
man,
say. Nothing to
we've
say.
ran for like nearly an hour talking about a 24-minute episode. How do we do that?
Because we got the skills.
It's not skill.
Skills, man.
It's an inability. It is an inability to self-edit.
No, it's we talk about a 24-minute episode and we elaborate on what's happening in the episode,
That is very true.
and therefore expands it because you know what they say:
No.
a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Oh man. So that means there's 1,000 words for every frame of animation.
For every
No wonder
frame
we
of-
take so long.
Yeah, well, we're actually doing pretty well in that sense, because how many words have we actually went through? Can we get a word count on this script?
I wonder what our valuable word percentage is.
2%.
Yeah, I'll take it.
2%.
I'll take it.
I
mean, considering that's like what 24 times 24,000. It's a lot. It's a lot of frames. A lot of frames, a lot of words.
I assume it's on 24 frames.
Yeah, probably.
You don't generally do them higher than that.
No, although with 3D you can.
Yeah, well, you could technically do it without 3D. Just
oh yeah, but I'm saying like it's a terrible strain on the animator's wrists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you give them a bit of rest between drawings.
Do you not know that reference? It's from The Simpsons when Homer asks if this is where they do Itchy and Scratchy. He's like, "Do you ever do them live?" And she says, "No, we don't really do cartoons live. It's a terrible strain on the animator's wrists."
Is this the one where he comes like Radical Dog, or whatever his name was?
Poochie, the rockin' dog.
Yeah. Is that the same one?
It is the same. You look like you've got something to say. Do you? I have to go back to my home planet now.
Yeah. And they don't even animate it. It's just like
no, they just pulled the cell out and then put a card up that said Poochie died on the way back to his home planet.
Yeah. Because no one liked it because he was getting self-righteous. Because
that's a great episode.
Because I think Marge was influencing Homer.
It also has the joke where she's like, "I was also the voice of Roadrunner." Meep. Wait, don't you mean meep meep? No, they only paid me for one meep. Too good. Too good.
Too good.
Well,
anyway,
that's us.
Yeah, I think we did good. We stretched out another few minutes.
Oh yeah, we'll be back for episode 7 next week called Wolfwood. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll catch you same anime time, same anime place, same anime world.
Yup.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.